this is the really latest. This is the Death Penalty Information Center in Washington, which has a website that provides constant information about things that are happening in the system. It is a very flawed and unfair and horrible system, especially for victims' families to go through. And I lived it and breathed it, and I never have known what this meant. So the first thing they did is you get the prosecutors and the district attorneys coming to you after they found this body, they have to find the case. Mind you, they interviewed everybody at Wharton School, everybody at Duke, every place that every boyfriend that you have. It went on and on for months and months. No matches to the DNA, no, in fact, there was no problem with their lie detector test, nothing. They couldn't find anything. Went on for 98, for 1999, for 2000, for 2001. There were no more victims, and there was no pattern of those former other cases that were linked. Finally, they did start opening some other cases, and that linked women that reported rape, forced on them by the Philadelphia Inquirer. The Philadelphia Inquirer did this huge investigative report, and they went back and they interviewed a whole bunch of people, and they found out that these two other ones that were told to divulge the crime were the same pattern. So now we get 4 linked people. We still didn't know a name and address. You know, if you got the DNA, that isn't how you get the criminal subject. You've got one step to get there. Well, in the process, they start getting the district attorneys, and this was a district attorney in the city of Philadelphia, and her office of prosecutors regularly started to call us. Now, we're going to catch this person. We're going to catch him. This is a heinous crime. This is a terrible crime. It freaked out a lot of the women in the residents of our city. And we're going to catch him. But we want you to know that this is going to be a capital case. That this person did a heinous crime, and we want to get him caught, and then he's going to, if our will is, we are going to give him the death sentence. So we want you to think about this. I was a researcher, I was an academic, so I started looking in to all the information I could learn about the death penalty. I started to look at top victims all over the country. I found some amazing, amazing facts that blew me away. First of all, if a crime is committed by a minority, black, Hispanic, whatever, and it's against a white victim, in this case, Shannon was the white victim, but if it's committed by a minority, in this case, of course we didn't know this at that time, it was an African American, you are 2.5 to 3 times more likely to get the death sentence. Isn't that, this is equal justice under law? Right. And part of the reason is, these people oftentimes can't afford a good lawyer. One of the biggest flaws of the system is that the people who are charged with these worst crimes, the ones that are most susceptible to getting a death to be executed, are the very people who can't afford to have that legal representation that could possibly give them a lighter sentence. You know, and the public defenders, the people who are often asked to do these jobs, are not paid like the $400 or $500 an hour attorneys in the big cities that do other kinds of lawyer work than the public defenders work. But no, she said we're gonna put him to death. And you know why, Mr. and Mrs. Schieber? Because we believe this will give you justice and peace. I know. So we're talking to the prosecutors. They said, you know, I'm learning how to do this, but I've talked to victims, a lot of them all over the country. And they don't see, it's quite the opposite. They're promised that this person's going to be executed. 10, 15, 20 years later, he's still sitting in a jail. Meanwhile, you've been paying all this money. Not only is it racially biased, it's very expensive. I wouldn't believe this. It's 2.5 to 3 times more expensive also to put someone to death, because you got to go through all these court appeals, you're going through judges and have the lawyers defend you, and they have to try to do everything to be sure you're innocent. Sometimes they don't. But they have to try this, and so we don't want it to be truncated the length of time. But at the same time, look what happens to victims. They're dragged back and forth into the courts. You're having to deal constantly with new lawyers and new hearings and so you have to relive that crime over and over again. And you know what I saw it happen? The difference between the victims. Now, not everything is this black and white, folks. You know better. But I found the people who could just let all that negative energy out of them, say, putting in life without the possibility of parole. I don't want to go through a long trial. I don't want to go through years of having to deal with lawyers and courts. Put him with life without parole, just make sure he never gets out of that prison, and let me be free to go on with my life and to do good things to honor my loved one that was And yet, when I've testified before many state legislatures and before the United States Senate, and they always bring someone in there to testify with you that's got the other side of the story. You're coming in saying, I want to eradicate the death penalty system, somebody else wants to keep it, right?